I've had my Tundra for a few months now, and although I haven't made many changes to it just yet, there's a number of things that I'm considering. In today's video, I want to talk about some of those planned modifications. Now, because the Tundra is an all-new vehicle, there's not much available in terms of suspension upgrades just yet. Shock manufacturers are in research and design right now for the Tundra, and it's going to be a while before we see some of those systems hit production. And so I went ahead and did a 2-inch front spacer on the truck as kind of an interim solution until some of those better options come available. The top hat design on the 3rd generation Tundra is the same as the 2nd generation model, and so you can basically use any spacer lift with this setup. If you guys want to check out this lift, a link to it's in the description below. But again, it's just kind of an interim solution right now. I am pretty happy with how it sits with the 35-inch tires, although there are times where it feels like the rear of the truck is sagging a little bit. And so if I were gonna stick with this setup, I'd probably go with an inch lift in the rear to reestablish a little bit of that rake. That said, I'm considering the possibility of upsizing tires. And so if I do that, I'd probably want a little bit more height to help with clearance. And so I'm looking at doing a 3-inch lift on the front and 2-inch lift in the rear. As far as manufacturer, not sure just yet because there aren't many options available, but I'm leaning toward another Bilstein setup. I had those for the 4Runner and the FJ Cruiser, really happy with them in both cases. I decided to splurge on my Tacoma and go with an Icon setup, and those of you that have been around for a while know that that didn't go very well. I wasn't very pleased with the ride quality, and one of the shocks failed after less than 1,000 miles. And so I decided I'm probably going to stick with Bilsteins. They offer a really nice combination of performance and value. But at this point, I don't know what's going to be available for the Tundra just yet. So again, in a holding pattern for now. Now, as I mentioned when talking about suspension, I am considering the possibility of upsizing my current tire setup. At the moment, I'm running a set of Goodyear Fierce Attitude Mud Train tires. They're a 35 by 12.5, sitting on the stock 20-inch TRD off-road rims. I do like the look, and I've been pretty happy with the overall performance of these tires so far, but I would have preferred to go with an all-terrain tire, either the Duratrax or maybe the Ultra Terrains. I had those in the past and was really pleased with the performance. But this was the only tire that they had available when I was looking because of all the supply chain issues. So I figured this would be a good chance to test out the Mud Train tires. I'll get into more about Mud Train tires in a future video, but so far I do prefer an all-terrain tire. With that, I'm going to be looking at swapping out these tires at some point, and there is a chance that I'll stick with 35-inch tires, but if I did that, I'd probably go with either a 17 or 18-inch rim, and then really ideally what I'd like to do is maybe upsize to a set of 37-inch tires, again with either a 17-inch or 18-inch rim. Most of the wheels that I like are only offered in 17-inch right now, so I'm kind of holding out to see if some of those wheel options become available in an 18, but if not, I'll probably just go with 17s. And then the question becomes, would I rather go with a 17 with the 35s, which I feel like has a better wheel tire proportion, or do I go with a really fat tire? We'll see where that all goes. For now, I'm just kind of testing out these tires, seeing how they work, and looking forward to reporting back more on my impressions with a Mud Train tire. In my opinion, Toyota got a little carried away in the chrome department with the all-new Tundra, specifically models equipped with the TRD off-road package, which is a little counterintuitive to me given that I feel like most TRD off-road oriented buyers would prefer body-colored or black over chrome. With that said, my truck's got a chrome surround here on the front grille. We've got chrome bumper caps on the rear bumper, chrome door handles, chrome tailgate latch, and then also chrome surrounds on the window compartments. And so on the chrome surrounds on the window compartments, I'd like to do those in black, and then everything else I'd like to do in body colored paint. My Tundra is equipped with the premium JBL audio system, which is decent, but it's definitely not amazing either. It's got pretty good volume, the bass is okay, but it lacks the clarity that I like to see in a premium audio system. And so because of that, I'm considering upgrading the audio system. If you've been on the channel for a while, you know that I did an upgrade to the FJ Cruiser as well as the 4Runner, both OEM Audio Plus systems. I like OEM Audio Plus because they make systems specific to Toyota vehicles. They're plug and play, very easy to install yourself, and so it really brings down the cost. They don't make a system for the all-new Tundra just yet, but when they do, I think there's a good possibility that I'll be looking at putting one of those systems in the Tundra. Without a doubt, my favorite type of off-road driving is snow wheeling. There's nothing else that's quite like it. I just love going out in the deep powder and seeing what the vehicle can do. And I love the fact that deep snow can make even the easiest trails very challenging. Unfortunately, snow wheeling does come with the side effect of getting stuck in the snow quite frequently. And so with that, I'd like to do a winch upgrade so that when I'm traveling with a single vehicle, we can get ourselves out without too much trouble. I found it to be very effective on the FJ Cruiser, the 4Runner, and the Tacoma. And so likewise, you can expect to see a winch upgrade to the Tundra. I'm looking at doing a low profile bumper rather than a hybrid or overland bumper. I like to maintain that more stock look. So I'm looking for some sort of product that basically takes out this plastic piece right here with a very low profile bumper and gives us that winch capability. Next up, I'd like a set of rock sliders, and I'd like these for 3 reasons. The first one is obviously the level of protection that they offer to the vehicle during off-road driving, particularly to the door panels. Secondly, they offer a little bit of a step to get into the vehicle, which I don't really need, but my young children would definitely appreciate it. And then the third reason is that if I go with aftermarket wheels or oversized tires that have a more aggressive offset, I'm going to get more of a spray coming up from the front tires along the door panels, and the sliders offer a little bit of a protection from that. Next up, I'd like a tonneau cover so I can keep things in the bed of the truck, locked, secured, and weather tight. If we go on a family trip, it's nice to be able to throw kids' bikes back there and scooters and pillows and sleeping bags, duffel bags without the weather being able to affect any of that or people being able to steal those things. I oftentimes also leave my skis or my bike or, camera gear back there. And it's nice to be able to keep all of that free from the elements and then also locked. I also like tonneau covers because they're easy to remove if you need to haul big things like appliances, or if you're going to help somebody move, or doing yard work or something. I like to have that flexibility. And last but not least, I still have my rooftop tent from the Tacoma that I want to mount on the Tundra, and so I'm planning on getting a bed rack that I can mount that on, and I want to get a rack that is compatible with the tonneau cover. So there you go, that's a look at some of the planned modifications to my 2022 Toyota Tundra. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and to see my progress on the Tundra, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.